Yeah, I know it's been a while I had a sit down talk like this with you. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, hi babes, hi boobs, hi love. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining. If you're old here, thanks for joining too. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I know I've been inconsistent with this kind of content, a sit down talk content like this. Your girl is actually working and I'm schooling at the same time. We all know how project works and assignments can be like here. So I've actually been busy. There will be a deviation in this content. It will be a mixture of lifestyle and a sit down content to teach you guys how everything works here in the UK. Yeah, so that is how the content is going to be like. So in this video we will be talking about the things you need to get immediately you get here in the UK. Okay, immediately you get here in the UK, there are some things you need to get and put along so that you will not be frustrated. There are things you need to register here in the UK immediately you get here, because it takes a while. Some takes a while, some do not also take a while, but you need to get them before you can function here properly in the UK. I know you get what I mean. Yeah, so let's get right into it. If you are coming to the UK or a different well, like you're going to a different country, let me take UK as an example. When you are coming, some of them, how should I even say it, before you go for your biometrics, there are some of the embassies that gives SIM card. Yeah, some do receive SIM card, some do not also receive SIM card. Me, for instance, I received the SIM card before coming, so I have a SIM card. But if you go to the embassy, whether UK embassy, US embassy, wherever you go, and you are not given a SIM card, immediately you get here at the airport, you can get a SIM card. So it's not actually difficult to get a SIM card here, because if you don't have it when you get to the airport, you will get a SIM card immediately. Yes, so that is the first step. Though there are Wi-Fi's around, when you get to the airport you will get a Wi-Fi, but you still need a SIM card in case you leave the airport and you're trying to locate where you are going. If you don't have a family here, you are coming on your own and you need to locate where you are going to reside, the like the postcode and everything, you need Wi-Fi to you need a SIM card, whereby when you get a SIM card there is data on it already. Immediately you get a SIM card, they have an automatic data on it whereby you can just use it for a while, and after the month ends, you need to get a new one, or like you need to renew your data. Yeah, so getting a SIM card immediately you get here is actually serious. I know some people who didn't get a SIM card when they went for their biometrics. Yeah, they didn't get a SIM card there, so those people like that, when they got here, they needed to get the SIM card immediately. Number two, getting your documents in check, everything intact, is the most serious and the number one priority you need to put according to there is this BRP, biometric residence permit. It is not actually in use now because there is this e-visa that is actually working now. Instead of the BRP, we now use e-visa. In your document you would have your details intact. That is the e-visa, so you wouldn't be having or holding the biometric resident permit. It's the paper that you have all your details in. So the e-visa is what is actually working now. At first, when they were using the biometric resident permit, when you get here in the UK you need to go for, so in case you are coming as a student, you're coming with student visa, when you get to your school, that is where you need to get your biometric resident permit before you can function well here in the UK. You can't be roaming around without the biometric resident permit, but now it's been cancelled and the e-visa is what runs smoothly here. So you get your share code wherever you want to go. You need to have your share code in mind so that you can use to apply for work, like petty things like that. Yeah, so you need to know your e-visa, your share code and whatever. Okay, number three, I think you need to register immediately you get here. Register with your GP stands for general practitioner. If you do not register for your GP, general practitioner is kind of like a doctor in our home country. When you go to a hospital, you can just run into a hospital, any hospital that you want to enter, and then see any doctor there. That doesn't work like that here. You need to register with your GP, so that when you have any problem, you're indisposed, you just contact them and they will give you an appointment. I made a video. If you've not watched that video, you can check on my channel. I've forgotten the title. I'll just put it on the screen. So you need to book an appointment for everything. You can't just enter into anywhere, any shop to get services done. You need to book an appointment. So if you are indisposed, if you are sick, you need to call your GP and they will book an appointment with you, unless it's emergency. It's an urgent thing like an accident or something that you can just run into hospital and then get treated. But if it's something that you can bear with, you can work, you can just enter and get your treatment done, you need to book an appointment with your GP. Otherwise, if you run into any hospital or any health care, they are not going to look after you if you are not registered there. Even if you are bleeding to death and they can see you are doing well, though you are bleeding, but it's not something serious, you're not going to be looked after. They will tell you to go to your GP and then call your GP and book an appointment with them before you can get treated. You get what I mean? Yeah. So when you get here, register with a GP, general practitioner, so that you don't get yourself into trouble when you are sick or something like that. The number 4 on the list is get a bank account. You need to register with a bank. So the system here do not really work with cash, though there are physical cash in the system, but everything is electronic. And then even in your payment, if you start working, if you get a job and you start working, you are going to be paid through your bank account. You don't receive cash. You get what I mean? Unless it's a cash in hand job, it's those kind of illegal work. But aside that, you need to be paid through your bank. So you need to get a bank account immediately you get there. Some banks take a while before it starts working. Some too doesn't take a while. So if you get banks like Monzo, that is a microfinance bank, but it's an easy accessible bank here. So you can get Monzo and also Lloyds. Yeah. So if you get those kind of banks or any other bank you can register with, and then you are good to go with your life here. Number 6 on the list is NIN, which stands for National Insurance Number. It's an important thing you need to get here in the UK. When you get in the UK, National Insurance Number is kind of like a tax. So in your home country, you're not taxed when you are working. Here in the UK or other parts of the country, you will be taxed when you are working. So every work that you apply for requires your National Insurance Number, NIN. Otherwise, they will not give you the work. They will tell you to apply for it and then get the number before they can accept you to work in their company. I don't know if you get what I mean. Yeah. So the National Insurance Number also takes a while. It takes like 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Some do come early, some roughly like 10 days, 14 days. I actually got my NIN. I got my NIN in 10 days, roughly 10 days. Yeah, I got my NIN roughly in 10 days. So it depends. Some do get theirs in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. So I will advise you to register early so that you will receive your NIN very early. When you also get here, if you are using your old phone from your home country and you get to the UK or a different part of the world, you need to change your location. Change your location on the App Store or settings so that you can, because you don't know your whereabouts, you don't really know anywhere here in the country. Like when you immediately get to a different country, you don't know your movement, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you are even at. So the Google Map becomes your best friend. The Google Map becomes your best friend. So if you do not change your location on your Google Map or your App Store, you tend to suffer because it gives you a wrong directions. Though without changing it, you can access wherever you are going, but because the country is still in maybe Nigeria or Ghana or anywhere, it will take like the distance that the Google Map will calculate for you will be like kind of long. You won't get why it's giving you such a distance, because you think, why is it that a long distance? But if you change your location to where you are, you'll find it easily with the Google Map, and you will get to know how to use it so that you know your way around. Yeah, so that is the best way. When you get here, when you get to a different country, change your Google Map. Change your location. Change your location so that you can use your Google Map smoothly. But 8 on the list is you need to get your DBS. DBS is kind of like a police check that when you get here, you need to get. And it depends on where you would want to work, because I think if you apply for a DBS, that doesn't help with where you would want to work. For instance, if you're working at children's unit in a school or in a catering sector in the hospital, in homes or something like that, and you apply for a DBS that works for only adult workforce, that is not acceptable. When the results come, it is a general DBS though, but because you apply, they have a section that if you are working for adults only, adult workforce is there. If you're working with children, you have child barrier list services also there. So if you are working with adults and you apply for a child DBS, that is not acceptable, and it cannot be used. You need to apply for a DBS that go along with the kind of work you are doing. Yeah, so a DBS is important when you get here. You need to, first of all, say you need to try and get a job first before you apply for the DBS. Or you can apply for DBS twice. Yeah, you can apply for adults and you can apply for the children barrier list on. And when you get any work, you can use it. And after you get the DBS, there is something called update service. You need to update it on the system. Otherwise, after getting the DBS in 30 days, if not apply for the update service, it is a waste. It will go waste. You need to apply for a new DBS again, and that cost. So when you apply for your DBS and you receive the DBS updated, which also costs like £16 or something, and the DBS costs like £55, some cost, it depends. Some companies add charges. So if you are working with a company and the company applies for you, some can apply for you at 92, some can apply for you at 62, but I think the general one should be between 50 to 55. Yeah, so it depends, and you need a company, like you need where you are working to apply for you, because that will be an enhanced one. Otherwise, if you're applying for yourself, it's a basic DBS, and basic DBS is not really acceptable because you need an enhanced one that you can use like forever. I don't know if you get what I mean. Yeah, so when you get your DBS, update it, update it, both of them, and it's been updated every year. So every year you need to update with an amount of £16 every year. Number 9 on the list is work on your CV. Yes, work on your CV, because that is what you will use to apply for jobs here in the country. If you do not have a good CV, my sister, my brother, you'll be applying for jobs over years and you will not be called. Because why is your CV looking like this? Why is your CV that way? Why is your CV not interesting? You need to work on your CV. That is the main thing. Some people can put like 10 works on one CV, whilst the kind of work you're applying at that moment doesn't even match with those kind of experiences on the CV. So you need to know how to do a CV, know how to prepare a CV. Otherwise, you'll be applying for jobs over and over and you will not be called. Yeah, so prepare your CV well, have a good CV. You can search, you can use AI tools to search how to prepare a standard, if you're in the US, standard US CV, if you're in the Canada, standard Canada resume or CV, anyhow, and then use it, because otherwise you are dead, my dear. Yeah. And number, the number that we are, when you get the money, when you have money on your own, I think you should apply for a license, a driving license. If you don't have enough money, that is fine. You can apply for a provisional license later, because most of the jobs here requires you to have your own car and also have a detailed driving license. If you don't have a driving license, you'll be rejected always, most of the time, because they want most of the works want someone who has a driving license. Even if you don't have your own car and you have a driving license, that is good, because some company requires you to use their car, their bus for the work or something, so you will need a driving license. And some companies do not even need driving license, but the requirement for the job, the descriptions for the job is have a driving license and have your own car, know how to drive, and that is very serious here. So if you have the money, it costs a little, so if you have the money, you can just apply for the driving license, a provisional one, and then when you come, you can upgrade or something like that. Yes, of course, I think you need to get a driving license when you get here. And the last one on the list is, I think you need to get an app for jobs. Yes, and we have lots of apps for job applications, like Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, yeah, Total Jobs. They are all available, so you need to download. Like I said, when you do not change your location, all those kind of apps will not reflect in your app store, because when you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, if you search for Indeed app, you will not see it. If you search for Total Jobs, you will not see it. So when you change your location to the UK or Canada or wherever that you are, that is when you will see such kind of apps to download. So changing your location is very serious when you get here, and you need to apply for you need to download such kind of apps to be applying job, because that's where most of the company, if you don't reach a company, if you don't know a company through their website, where you will know them through is the Indeed app, Total Jobs app, Glassdoor app, or anywhere or LinkedIn. Yeah, So you need to download an app, a job app, when you get here, so that you can be applying for jobs to get stable. Okay, so thanks for watching this video to the end of this part. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment and share, and subscribe to my channel. You will be the first to get a video anytime I post it, and I'll see you guys some other time.